Well, recently, I have had the pleasure of replaying The Simpsons Hit and Run. It is a game that I have so much nostalgia for as I grew up playing it. Until I decided to stream a playthrough of the game, I hadn't actually touched it in the longest time. As a kid, I used to struggle with a lot of the later missions in the game and hadn't finished it. Well, back in 2019, me and my friend completed the game together over a weekend and that was so much fun. Much like then, I really enjoyed this playthrough and found a lot of it to be challenging. So I thought it would be fun to do a video on it and compile what I believe to be the top 10 hardest missions in the game. Without further ado, let's get on with it. The bane of my childhood. If I asked myself 15 or more years ago, what Simpsons Hit and Run mission do I dislike the most, it would be Monkey See, Monkey Do. So, this mission presents an organic roadblock as you need to purchase Mr. Plow from Homer before continuing. It isn't a great deal of money, so on most playthroughs it will be fine. Dr. Nick presents you with a task of collecting 30 monkeys scattered around the map. You are given 4 minutes to collect all of these monkeys. Upon a first playthrough, this seems fairly daunting, and it's a lot, but it isn't that bad. They aren't spaced out too far from each other, so as long as you're quick, you should be able to collect them. This made the list as I struggled a lot with it as a kid, and I know it is regarded as quite an annoying mission amongst others too. It has become a lot easier of a mission with time. Once finished, just return to Dr. Nick and you're done. So, in this one, you are tasked with robbing roadkill from Cletus. You are given 2 minutes to chase Cletus down, knock his car and collect the food. You need to collect 15 pieces of roadkill, which doesn't seem like a lot for the allocated time to do so. Unlike normal Cletus, I feel he's faster here. My biggest issue with this one was annoying things like filling up the hit and run meter or other vehicles and objects getting in my way. While I found this one quite difficult, it was nice to drive Apu's car early on in the game. I know this may not seem that objectively difficult, but it took me a few attempts in my live streams. Once the food is collected, there's a generous amount of time to head back to the observatory, which you're near anyway. I would be interested to hear what others thought of this one. Alright, so you're probably thinking, why is this one in 8th place? This is a really difficult mission. Well, it is, but I do have my reasons. Once again, this mission is basic in premise. You have to race Kang and Kodos to the Duff Brewery. These two are fast, so you literally need to take advantage of every shortcut you come across. Even in Homer's sports car, it's still a difficult task. I found this one hard, even with the shortcuts. During my stream, I actually drove the opposite way and beat them very easily. That's the reason I placed it here on the list. By doing it backwards, it immediately became very easy. This is one of my least favourite missions in the whole game. So, the sea captain has tasked you with collecting fish. You're given a tight 1 minute 55 to find 22 fish along a route. Starting at the squid port, you have to navigate around awkward places to collect these fish, which would be challenge enough, but like I mentioned previously, objects and other drivers cause issue, and you will need to keep an eye on the hit and run meter. Or at least I did. This took me the most amount of retries during my most recent playthrough. The shorter amount of time is annoying too. However, the last few fishes on the list are quite close together. Once collected, you're done. So this is the only bonus mission to grace this list, and the only real hard one too, which is weird as this is a World 1 mission, but there you are. So, Cletus needs indoor plumbing and to harvest his Tomacco plants. You are given 2 minutes 30 to complete this whole mission. So first of all, you have to drive from Cletus' home to nearing Evergreen Terrace, picking up 5 cardboard pipes. Afterwards, you need to find Cletus' patch of grass to harvest the Tomacco. You will drive through the mud and collect 12 of them. The issue is, it's just so easy to get a hit and run and have to deal with the police, which could waste already limited time. You have to rush back to Cletus' house. The strict time limit in first level vehicle makes this so tricky. While this can be done in the family sedan, coming back with a better vehicle seems to be the best play. This one is a fun multi-part mission and once again features Cletus in it. So Cletus tasks Marge with harvesting ketchup packets for the harsh winter. You have a time limit of 2 minutes and 1 second to collect 18 ketchup packets. The packets themselves really aren't too bad, especially when you're familiar with the route and shortcuts. It's the last packet, which is so irritating. You have to time a jump in the nuclear plant to collect it. Look, in most vehicles, this would be a breeze, but Cletus's truck is slow and bulky. It always causes an issue. Once you're done, the game has you outrun a black vehicle and you have a minute to do so. Again, the biggest drawback which makes this one hard is vehicle choice. Alright, so this is a long, disjointed mission with a lot of things to do. The basic premise is, kids have stolen Grandpa's pills, so you have to go find them and bring them back to him. To kickstart, you have 30 seconds to head from the retirement home back to the school, where you talk to Nelson. Afterwards, you have to follow and keep up with a black car who drops pills. There are 10 to collect. Apart from the car being quick, it does awkward maneuvers including turning around, which you need to be ready for. Once collected, you have to rush back to find Grandpa before the clock runs out. At which point, he will fall asleep, so you will need to go to the Quickie Mart to get an item to wake him up and then return to the retirement home. If you fail a section, you have to repeat all of it, which is fun. I bet people are like, this is the hardest mission, why is it in third place? Well, in my opinion, there are harder missions. Although, I respect anyone who would put this in first place. It is a hard mission. So, this is the last mission of the whole game, and there is a lot to it. So, in Grandpa's slow and awkward car, you have to race a fast black car to the nuclear plant. You will need every shortcut not to get a hit and run. I got them a lot. Once at the plant, you have 1 minute to deliver a barrel of nuclear waste to Evergreen Terrace. The waste has a fun gimmick. You crash and it explodes. At which point, you can either try to get back to the plant in 1 minute to get another, or restart. While driving the waste, you need to be conscious of time, other vehicles, obstacles, and whether or not your car needs a spanner to heal. Once past Evergreen Terrace, you have to outspeed another black car, within 57 seconds. And then you have to head back to the school and get into the beam. Regardless of where you are on the map, you have 30 seconds to get to the school. It's a lot. Oh cool, another mission I don't like. So, Snake has Apu do his community service. You have to go around Springfield picking up garbage in order for Snake to help you. Oh wait, this mission isn't so bad. It gives you a generous 4-minute, 15-second timer for the first section. Oh wait, that's the whole timer for the mission. So, first of all, you need to collect 5 pieces of garbage from a truck. He'll drop it, and this will waste around 1 minute of the timer. Next, you're tasked with picking up 25 pieces of garbage, all spaced out in awkward locations. Unlike other missions, this one requires platforming as well as a vehicle to collect. You better do it fast, as you have the remainder of the time limit to get back to the DMV. Trust me, you'll need shortcuts and alternate routes to even stand a chance. This one took me a while. It almost took the first place slot, honestly. So, in this difficult mission, you have to go through Springfield as Bart and destroy laser stands. This level gives an organic roadblock as you have to purchase the Globex car from Kearney before continuing. As fast as the Globex car is, it doesn't handle well at all, especially when you're trying to be quick. You have 1 minute 40 seconds to destroy 25 stands, which is a lot in a short time frame. Once again, you need to be conscious of the hit and run meter, along with the car itself, as it can't take a lot of damage. Once the last one is destroyed, you have 50 seconds to return to Krusty Lou Studios through the Squidport. You will need shortcuts and to be efficient. Going through somewhere like the Squidport in this vehicle is difficult, especially with so many obstacles and possible police, which is why it's top of the list. Well, that's my picks anyway. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Which missions do you think are the hardest? If you'd like to check out my playthrough, then I will link the first stream in the description for you. If you enjoyed what you saw and would like to stay up to date with my uploads, then please hit that like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it.